Welcome to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast with your host, Brandon Siegel. I'm a published author, speaker, entrepreneur, and private practice strategist dedicated to transforming the way that healthcare functions. This podcast is all about empowering you to create the change you want to see. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. Thank you for tuning in. In this quick tip episode, I want to talk to you about developing progress. You heard it, progress, and why employees must reach their goals. So at the end of the day, here's the bottom line. By employees reaching goals and showing progress, it's going to foster personal growth and confidence. So achieving goals builds new skills, knowledge, self-efficiency, empowering employees to tackle challenges with greater confidence. The growth is especially valuable in private practice where employees often wear multiple hats. And so an example may be a billing clerk who completes a goal to learn advanced Excel skills, feels more capable of managing complex reports, and boosts their confidence in a role. That's just a very stupid, simple way. Now, I always say it this way. Our goal is to align their goals with the objectives of the practice and help them define the tool belt they want to wear and what tools they want to utilize to help achieve that progress. And by giving them the opportunity to develop that tool, putting it in their tool belt, something that will go with them forever, you will develop a game changer contribution that you cannot hire for. And so personal growth enhances job performance. It opens doors to new responsibilities or career opportunities. It makes the work more rewarding. And the other thing that this is doing is we're enhancing job satisfaction and engagement. You know, this idea of like, I used to say this, and I'm sure you've heard this, like, how you doing today? The person says, good, another day, another dollar. If that was the motto of my job, another day, another dollar, does that motivate you to want to work there? Like, another day, another dollar reminds me of those prison movies where they're folding laundry. And I forget which movie it was, but there was a movie where the person was like folding the laundry really fast. And he's like, why are you rushing? Why are you trying to do this? He's like, there's just going to be another pile and another pile. It never ends. So we got to get more than that laundry pile. Another day, another dollar is not going to define the goal or the progress that creates meaningful and functional work for an employee. So by enhancing our job satisfaction, we're going to be able to help them progress towards those meaningful goals. We're going to create a sense of accomplishment. We're going to create a sense of passion, making work feel more engaging and less like a routine grind. Employees who see their efforts paying off are more likely to stay working for you and stay motivated. So an example may be a physical therapist who achieves a goal to develop a new patient workshop, feels energized by contributing creatively to the practice, increasing their job satisfaction. Higher engagement reduces turnover. It fosters positive attitude. It benefits both the employees and your culture, your work culture, your ecosystem. So when we're having employees reach these goals and show progress, it also improves their mental and physical well-being. It cultivates a sense of purpose. It strengthens workplace relationships. It drives intrinsic motivation and autonomy. It encourages lifelong learning and adaptability. It reinforces accountability and discipline. Something as simple as once a month, we put on a lunch and you'll get paid to come to this lunch, provided that you read the book of the month and have 3 strategies you want to implement into our practice as a result. It's optional. You don't have to do it. You may even say, hey, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 5 hours of time each month to read a book and an additional hour of paid time at the lunch. You're like, why should I teach them this? And I'm like, sometimes that is the reason why they stay in your organization. That 6 hours a month could change the trajectory of your work retention. And so I think that lifelong learning and adaptability is something we need to strive more to invest in our team. It reinforces accountability and discipline as well. And so working towards goals, demonstrating progress, building discipline and accountability, those are essential for personal and professional success. In a private practice, these traits ensure reliable performance in critical tasks. So an example may be a nurse who consistently logs progress on improving patient documentation goal develops a habit of thorough record keeping. And that impact, that discipline strengthens her work ethic, benefits both the employee's self-esteem and the practice's employee efficiency. And so why progress matters as much as attainment is because visible progress fuels motivation. Seeing incremental advancements aligns with the pillar of perceived progress, keeping employees motivated, even if the final goal takes time. You know, I was on an airplane earlier today, and there was a point in the flight where I just had to see where we were. And when I saw we were 50% to my destination, I was like, oh, thank you. I needed that progress because I'm like, I don't know how much longer I got in here. Like, you know, I don't know if you ever feel trapped, but it's that idea. So this builds momentum. Small wins create a positive feedback loop, encouraging employees to take on larger goals. So imagine this. An employee is having trouble showing up to work on time every day. So maybe what we do is we say, hey, what are the things that are getting in your way? And maybe we set a goal where we say, if you can come 3 days a week early, I'll let you off early on those 3 days a week or whatever it is, you know, working out those different motivations, helping them troubleshoot how to get there. Maybe the time doesn't work for them, et cetera. And so that's really important. Something we need to do, though, is we need to celebrate their effort, too. We need to recognize progress, not just completion, validate hard work, fostering a growth-oriented mindset. You know, today I was talking to one of my employees, and I have this viewpoint that if my employees aren't fully fulfilled, there's something wrong. And by fully fulfilled, I have mature employees. So what fully fulfilled means to them is realistic. I'm not talking like some people that are like, well, I want to work 3 days. No, I'm talking like functional. My employees really value what they do. And I had an employee that we have an account that's really hard right now. And I'm like, if this isn't working, we'll work out a transition plan. And I said last week to her, I said, I want you to write down everything that's not going right in your day-to-day function for this. And I want you to really identify if you just want to move on from it. And it's okay if you do, and I back you. I just want the best for you. So she writes me this email today, and then we talk, and she basically says, I really thought over the weekend, and what I recognized was, here's everything that's not working, here's why it's not working, and here's what is so challenging about it. And I recognize that you're wanting to support me and saying, hey, if this doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for the company. But I can't have that. I want to make it work. So I appreciate your support in me continuing to try and make this thing work. I'm like, totally. But that's part of that is she wants to achieve that goal. She's not ready to give up. I think there's opportunities with shared goals where we know what is the exit and when do we stay on the highway. Not every goal is achievable, and we have to identify when they're not achievable. So here are some reminder tips. Design a flexible goal-setting framework. I want you to empower your employees to set personalized goals that reflect their aspirations, ensuring perceived control. I want you to provide a digital platform with templates for transactional goals. You can do Notion, WHR, whatever it is. An example might be complete daily journaling for 30 days to reduce stress. Transformational goals Earn a patient communication certification by Q3. Have them do those, okay? Then I want a goal-setting wizard with drop-downs for goal type, timeline, metrics, ensuring autonomy and defining objectives. An example is a receptionist sets a goal to practice active listening with patients for 2 weeks to improve her interactions, reflecting a passion for better service. And you measure that. Why this drives progress. Autonomy fosters ownership, aligning with perceived control, which is going to motivate your employees. So the bottom line is create that framework. Let them invest in it. Let them have control. Track progress. Solicit feedback. Adjust, adapt, reorient, and succeed. We need to automate some of the progress tracking with visual feedback. We need to reinforce perceived progress by making advancement visible and easy to monitor. The key pillar of happiness. Using tools like Monday, Trello, Asana, HR platforms, creating those dashboards, creating long-term goals too in their milestones. Having visual feedback and small wins will create a sense of achievement, encouraging employees to stay committed. I always do my bonuses per pay period so that there's constant wins, just so you know. Provide proactive and automated support when needed. Curate tailored resources for goal success. Equip employees with tools to achieve their goals, the training, the resources, the time, etc. Foster connectedness through peer support, understanding how we're bringing each other together to rise. Maybe it's a mentor relationship. Maybe it's peer review, whatever that may be. We need to get our recognition for our milestones and achievements optimized. And we need to understand that this is a team sport. Private practice is not an I sport, it's a team sport. Did you know that 94% of employees would stay at a company longer if it invested in their learning and development? Emphasizing the importance of employer support for employee progress, growth, and development, and enhancing retention and engagement. This was from a LinkedIn Workforce Learning report. So, in the words inspired by Tony Robbins, progress is the pulse of success. Set bold goals, track every step, and let each milestone fuel your journey forward. Thank you for tuning into this quick tip episode of the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. Don't forget to like us and subscribe, because together we can thrive, not just survive. Thank you for tuning in to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. I'm incredibly grateful to each and every one of you. Exciting news. We're now available everywhere, from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to YouTube or anywhere you like to listen to your podcasts. So watch, listen, and reach out. If you love this episode, please drop a 5-star review. It truly means the world to me. Are you looking for more ways to elevate your practice? If so, now is your chance. Reach out, go to my website, or email me at brandon@wellnessworksmp.com. And remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving.